What's going on, guys and girls? Static here, and welcome to episode 6 of my single player Minecraft Let's Play series. It's been about 2 weeks since my last episode, which is a little bit longer than I would like, but hopefully you guys were tided over by Direct Connect from the Craft and the Curious server. If you haven't checked that out yet, guys, do check that out. It is a good show, trust me. But yeah, I'm actually quite excited to film today's episode. I've been wanting to film it for a little while, but I've been kind of in and out of meetings all week this week with work. And last week I was busy sort of filming Craft and the Curious stuff, so haven't had a whole lot of time to record on the server. Sorry, not on the server, on my single player world here, but that's okay. That's given me a fair bit of time to figure out what I want to do. I've actually got a pretty epic project for today. I was planning on just building a blast furnace over in the smelter room here, and then using that to smelt up a whole heap of stone and build that bridge that we've been needing to build for a while. But I decided that was kind of a little bit of a boring task, and I came up with a much cooler project idea for today. So you can see over in this chest here, I've got some of the resources we're going to need. I'm good with stone and redstone and wood, so that's all fine. I'm pretty light on iron. I'm about half of what I need, I think, maybe even a third. And I'm nowhere near what I need with slime balls, because even though I know there's a slime chunk somewhere along the way down this mine shaft, I think it might only be one single slime chunk, and I don't know exactly where it is, so I don't know where slimes are spawning down there. I haven't seen that many slimes down there since I saw the first one or two. So yeah, slime balls are a little bit light, but if you didn't see the last episode, we killed the dragon in episode 5, and that enabled me, if I can find it, to craft up this awesome super pick. As you can see, it's slightly used though, very badly in need of repairing, but efficiency 5, fortune 3, could also stand to have unbreaking or something on it. But so I've used this to get all of the redstone that you can see here pretty much, and also a bunch of obsidian. There was a lot more obsidian actually. I was using that to clear through some of the tunnels right down on diamond level that were blocked by obsidian, and I decided probably a good idea to put that obsidian to use and set up some nether portals now that we've found a little bit of a nether fortress, and that way we can hopefully find some other locations, potentially like a base location, or especially a desert. I would love to find a desert, since I love using glass in my builds, and at the moment I've found very little sand on my world, which is unfortunate because that means no glass. I think I've got maybe half a stack of glass if I'm lucky, but unfortunately I have done a little bit of exploring, and unfortunately I haven't come across a desert yet, so that's still something we need to find. But so I also did a bit of exploring through this nether fortress off camera as well. Again, if you guys saw episode 5, which again, if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it. It is a really good episode. A little bit on the long side, but considering we found a nether fortress, found a stronghold, and killed an ender dragon, I think we did a fair bit in the time. But yeah, I'm kind of getting sidetracked. I did a little bit more exploring through this nether fortress. It looked kind of fail in the episode 5, but I ended up finding 2 blaze spawners when I went exploring a little bit further. So these are over through this way, so not down there. So you can see here, this is one that I've blocked off, just so that the blaze don't shoot at me, and I can sort of, I've ghettoed it up a little bit. I can kind of get blaze rods for fuel and potions and such, but it'd be much better to set up some sort of a farm. And you can see the other one is down here. So I was pretty excited when I found these, because at this stage I haven't found any dungeons on this world, which is insane. I've never been so unlucky with dungeons on a world before. So I still have no XP farms set up on my world. The closest thing I have is the chicken graveyard back in spawn. So it'd be really good to get a some sort of an experience farm set up. But as you can see, these 2 spawners are a long distance away. There's no chance we're going to be able to link these two, which is quite unfortunate, but I mean, you know, beggars can't be choosers. This fortress was pretty crappy, so I'll take what I can get. So I decided to plop down a portal right here. I thought this was a good spot for one, right in the middle of the place, and see where that takes me. And oh, it's nighttime. That's probably not very good. Yeah, I was hoping to find something really nice on the other side of the portal here, since it was a nice location for the portal in the Nether. Not really terribly impressed with the landscape. It's pretty boring, but the portal location is quite nice. It's up here on this little bit of a mountain clearing, and there's like a I think I want to have a pathway out sort of this way, come down here, and then just have a bridge across this river into the plains. We're probably not going to build too much here because, as I said, the landscape is a little bit boring, but I did find something pretty why are you not angry at me? That's weird. Did find something kind of interesting over here. I mean, we got sunflowers, but we got that back at spawn. Where are they? I know they're around here somewhere. There's one. So there's a donkey. So yeah, we've found horses. This is the first time I've found horses in single player, which is quite cool. I mean, so far I've only found a donkey here that I can show you. I know there's horses around somewhere. I'm sure you guys probably believe me, but I'd like to know where these horses have gone, just for my own good. They were like right there when I first came here, but looks like they've run off a little bit. That's really annoying. So there's a horse. There's a few more. So yeah, we got white horses over there. We got kind of greyish ones over here. Pretty sure I've seen black ones around, and I don't know, if we get lucky, there might be brown ones here as well, and we get like all the colours. Pretty sure that's all the colours that there are. But yeah, so I'm thinking what we might do here is in the future make a stable. And so this would be where we breed up all of our horses. So there'll be crap tons of horses here because I want to get a really, really good horse. And I've heard that... Probably should have known I wasn't going to make it through them. I've heard that breeding horses probably isn't really worth the time. It's really, really tough to get, you know, any improvement in the offspring of the horses, but I still think it'd be kind of fun to do every now and then. So yeah, I think in the future we might make a stable or something out here, but that's pretty much all we'll make here. This is not really, as you can see, a very nice or very impressive location, I should say. Pretty much what I'm looking for here with these portals is a base location, because as I've mentioned, that village that we're starting or considering as like our home base, I guess. That's sort of more of a base camp than anything. That's just somewhere temporary that I've set up, and we will probably have our mine there in the future, but I'm still looking for my base. So if you're wondering what these are, the pigmen, as you would have seen again in episode 5, hint hint, go watch it, the pigmen keep just randomly getting aggro, which is really, really weird. And so when I found this location, I decided this was a pretty well sort of blocked off area, pretty well fortified from the pigmen, except for this sort of entrance here. They kept coming through, and so I've set up a quick gate. So whenever we come into here, we can hit this gate if we're getting chased by pigmen, and that should keep them all sort of out of here, except for the 1 or 2 that spawn. You guys probably already know how these work, so I'm not really going to show you the redstone. But yeah, if you guys do want a tutorial on that one, let me know in the comments down below, and I'm more than happy to do one. But it's, you know, a pretty well-known design. But yeah, so figuring that portal was going to be a bit of a dud, I decided to see where else I could place some portals. And I thought probably a good idea to, if I'm using this as like a base camp in the Nether, to have like a Nether rail line from here. And this looked like a really cool place to run a Nether line out, because you see we got this bridge that points down towards this big open cave. Again, from episode 5, we now have ender pearls, which is amazing thanks to access to that end. I haven't really had that much experience with ender pearls, but I'm really, really enjoying these. I think I might almost be addicted already. So naturally I decided to go up this way, and then lo and behold, stumble across another nether fortress. So yeah, this is really more than gonna make up for that crappy nether fortress that we've already found, and so I believe the way I get in is over here. I haven't explored this one too much. I'm still pretty new to this nether fortress, and this one is a lot bigger than the little bridges we have back there. You can see here, I figured this was kind of an interesting spot for a bridge. Just tunnel straight through the wall here. I think it's cool that these sort of all line up. They're at the same y-axis. And then here I tunneled into a hallway, I guess you can see. So over here, this was sort of all broken off here, and then straight into this column thing, and I thought that'd be a pretty cool spot for a new portal. So I placed this one down, but as you can see, this comes out in the middle of a forest, and I've done a little bit of exploring, and it's pretty much just forest all around, which is kind of annoying. I hate being in forests like this, but this would be a good spot to get a whole heap of wood, so you'll probably see me log this over successive episodes, and that's probably all this portal will be used for. And I think once I'm done with that area, I'll probably destroy this portal completely, fill in this column, and then return this bridge to sort of being broken, just so you know that that's a bit of a dead end. But yeah, so I explored through the fortress here, and I actually found several chests, which was awesome. We've got a ton of horse armor now, so that's good considering I've just found horses as well. But so I also found nether wart somewhere in the fortress here. Hopefully it's coming up. It must be that portal's here. So actually no, this is another one of the portals I was just placing down because it looked like a pretty cool spot on this balcony overlooking this lava lake. How awesome does that look? What a view. And I'm pretty sure this portal goes nowhere as well. Yeah, I was right. This one's the one that spawned in... Oh, great. Now it's raining. This was the one that spawned just in a little valley here, which makes the portal really hard to find once you venture away from it, because this is sort of all extreme hills around here. So this might be a good place to set up a secondary mine once I exhaust the other one, just for emeralds and such. But again, I don't think I'll be using this portal for much else, so I might destroy this one as well, just depending on what I find there, I guess. Now this would be blocked off for OH&S reasons, I believe. Now just trying to find that nether wart. Well, I guess this is an area I wouldn't mind doing, because it's quite enclosed. It's pretty separated off from the rest of the nether, and there's like a really good view of this lava lake and the nether fortress and the other structures over there. So I was thinking this would be a good place to do kind of like a nether park, which is kind of a weird idea, I know, but I think it'd actually look quite cool with the right amount of attention to detail, and it's kind of more of an arty project, which is not something that I do a whole heap, so that'd be kind of fun to experiment with. Now I'm pretty sure the nether wart farms are up. Yeah, here we go. So as you can see, I found two pretty good nether wart farms, so we've got access to potions now, which is going to be amazing. And I think I'm going to end up upgrading these nether wart farms as well. Probably add a few more layers, add in some piston redstone magic, which will be really, really cool. But so then this path through here is something I've added later on after doing a little bit more exploring, because there's a couple of really interesting things over here. I thought that was a dead end initially, until I did a little bit more exploring and found blaze spawner here. And where's the other one? It's pretty close. It's like, yeah, blaze spawner here. So I'm pretty sure this would be about 16 blocks, I'd say, and this is about halfway between the two, so that means we now have a dual blaze spawner, and that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. Unfortunately, as you saw, I am quite low on iron, and a lot of the blaze farm designs either use a crap ton of iron, or they use no iron and they're really inefficient, and you know me, I like my efficiency in my farms. So yeah, that's put us in a little bit of a tricky, sticky situation, but I did, as I've said, a little bit more exploring. So I've come back through here, as you can see, and tunneled back through, found my the rest of the fortress, like with the nether wart and such, and placed one more portal. Now I'm pretty sure it's up this way, so when you come to the nether warts, turn left, go up the stairs, and yeah, there it is. So the cool thing about this spot Excuse my blaze. Oh, by the way, that awesome bow, got that from killing the XP from killing the dragon. I'm pretty sure I've upgraded this sword since the last time you guys saw it. And then, yeah, there was the super pick, so the armor's still pretty much the same. Awesome boots, I love these boots. But yeah, the cool thing about this spot in the fortress is, as you saw, it was kind of hard to find it by exploring through the corridors and such. But if you jump over here, you can pretty much just run straight to that portal, and then down here there's that portal, which means down through that way is your entrance. So yeah, really easy to navigate around this fortress, and those aren't stairs, but they should be, because it's so easy to navigate from up here. So I'll be making this all player friendly. So probably slabbing it out, adding stairs, adding some sort of focus features, so like a garden or lava fountains or something. And I'm pretty sure that these buildings here are probably where the netherwort are as well, so probably netherwort farm access. But so yeah, this is the final portal I placed, and as you'll see, I got extremely lucky with this portal. This is, I think, a major contender for base location, depending on a little bit of extra exploring that I want to do. But you can see here we spawn in a roofed forest, so that means we've got mushrooms all around, which is amazing for making potions. And also you get the dark oak wood, which is cool. It's kind of hard to find these forests, I'm pretty sure. I think they're not as rare as mushroom... Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Not as rare as mushroom biomes, but pretty dang rare. So decided this mountain over here was probably a good spot to get a lay of the land. So decided to head over this way. And so as you can see, quite a nice big roofed forest biome. Some plains over there, and I think some birch forest over there, so that'll be good to log as well. And then I saw this. We finally have a swamp biome, which means we finally have access to slime balls. I cannot tell you how amazing this feels. And also, I didn't realize, but yeah, since the last time I've been playing regularly, they've added these blue flowers, which is really cool because since I need lapis for enchanting now, I don't want to use it all up on blue dye, but I like using blue glass in my builds. So again, bit of a double whammy there. We got the slime balls and blue glass, or not blue glass, but blue dye for blue glass, which is, yeah, long ways towards the materials I want to use to make my base. So as you can see, we've set up a little bit of a base camp over here, or I've set up a little bit of a base camp over here. Sometimes I feel a little bit like having multi-personality disorder or whatever, multiple personality disorder, when you record on YouTube. But I should say I've made a little bit of a base camp here, and I've used our awesome sword here with looting 2, which could be looting 3, which would be nice. But yeah, I've used that to kill a bunch of slimes, and as you can see, we have a ton of slime balls now, or slime blocks. Still not quite as many as I need. I actually need, let me check my notes here, 71 slime blocks. So this project today is pretty much the first time, or one of the first times, I've developed something in creative and then built it in my Let's Play world. Usually I like to, develop as I play. But yeah, so this time around I know exactly all the materials that I'm going to need. I'll be taking this diorite with me to put back with our collection, I believe. Yep, we'll be doing that. I need this iron because we were quite low on iron. I'll take the obsidian back with us, and I think that's pretty much all I need. Oh, we'll take the name tag and the saddle as well. And my frames are kind of low at the moment because of all this rain, so I think I'm going to wait for night time, sleep, get rid of this garbage, and then I'll be right back. So rather than sleeping away the night right away, I decided I was going to use the night to go out and collect some more slime balls, since I've got nowhere near as many as I need. Had no luck finding slime balls. As you can see, this is the reason why. I'm pretty sure this is the new moon, and slimes do not spawn in a swamp biome. I keep calling this thing a slime biome, but yeah, they don't spawn in a swamp biome. during the new moon. So that makes using swamps a little bit unreliable for your source of slime balls. So I decided it was probably a good idea to try and see if we could find a promising looking collection of slime chunks somewhere around the place. Ideally, I'd like to find a 2x2 slime chunk somewhere in the swamp, so that way, you know, we could spawn slimes above ground during the night and below ground sort of all the time. Unfortunately, there are no 4x4 slime chunks in the swamp there, but I did happen to find one quite close. And yeah, in case you didn't know, you can use a program or a website on the internet to find your slime chunks in your world just by typing in the seed. So I'll include the link to that down in the description. But when I entered my seed and found sort of the coordinates for here, this is the map that I got. And as you can see, there's a 4x4 slime chunk here, but yeah, there's not really much else in the way of good slime chunks around it. And so I went for a little bit of an explore to see if I could try and find where those coordinates were. I went a long ways in the wrong direction, like a couple hundred blocks over that way, before I realized I was going the wrong way. And then I was following the coordinates, and it was leading me closer and closer to my portal. And yeah, you can see there's this wooden block here with the torch on top of it. That's one corner of the 4x4, or sorry, the 2x2 slime chunk. 4x4 would be nice. And then the other one, I probably should have shown you this at night time. You would have been able to see this a lot better. The other one's over here. So you can see there's one, there's the other one, there's my portal. Pretty much smack bang in the middle of this 4x4 slime chunk, which was really, really interesting. And that's really good. That's not going to interfere with the slime chunks at all, because I'm pretty sure they only spawn from level 40 below. At least that's the way it used to be, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I think this will be the site of a project in the near future, because I really, really want a crap ton of slime balls, and that swamp just is not cutting it, but it'll be enough for today's episode. And not only that, but on top of having a lot of really handy features around, this area also, as you'll see when I can ender pearl over, looks really, really cool. So you can see, look at that. As you guys will know if you've been watching my videos for a while, I love building in cool mountains, and that's about as cool as they come. And right smack bang in the middle of this swamp, and that was a really bad throw. I'm still getting used to these, as I mentioned. So right in the middle of this swamp and roofed forest, we have this awesome mountain structure. As you can see, with some like nice overhangs and weird looking platforms. And I think right here is probably where I'm going to build my mob system, just going straight down in this little hollow, or in this little plateau kind of area here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to be starting my base. And as you can see, there's a nice view of another mountain across the other side of the swamp over there as well. I considered that for a base area over there, but when you get up really close, that area isn't nearly as nice as it looks. And you can see a bit more plains over there. That's actually the only place on this world where black horses spawn. So as you would have seen in the other area where we had horses, we had we had white, grey, and some donkeys. But over there, I've got black horses, and I'm pretty sure brown ones. So yeah, really, really good find here with this nether portal. But it's probably time to get on with today's project, and as I've said a couple of times already today, I don't have nearly enough resources, so I'm going to do a little bit of caving around this area, see what I can find. I need to get a bunch of iron, and also I'll probably build myself or put together a clock so that I can tell when it's night time and come up here and farm some slime balls, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've cleared out a little bit of land between the two spawners, and unfortunately, as you can see, we're sort of smack bang in the middle of the two here, and what the hell? And neither of those are spinning, so I need to get like really, really close to this one to make it spin. So obviously I greatly overestimated how small 16 blocks is, but yeah, so unfortunately the bottom line there is that we don't actually have two blaze spawners that are close enough to link, which means we're only going to be able to make a single blaze grinder for today. Not such a big issue since I only had enough slime balls to make one for today's episode anyway, but I did want to make a jewel, so that's a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. Maybe some stage down the track we might be lucky enough to find a jewel blaze spawner. Now it probably would be a good idea to use like fire resistance potions when doing this, which I could quite easily do as I did find nether wart in this episode and we do have plenty of blaze powder and slimes. But I want a bit of a challenge, so today I'm not going to be using the fire resistance potions, and that kind of proves to you as well that you don't necessarily need them. You can tackle these just moderately geared. Alright guys, so I've just done a bunch of work on the project here. You might not be able to tell too well since there's so much netherrack around, but don't worry, I'll clear this all away once we're done. I think it'll make for quite a cool reveal. But as you can see, I've put together a bit of a cone here, which is pretty fitting considering I was recording this on 420 day. But yeah, so this is where my design starts to differ from a lot of other designs out there. This is where usually each of these pressure plates would be hooked up to a single repeater, hooked up to a single piston. As you can see, that's not quite the setup we've got going here. Instead, because I've got other plans for all of that iron, we're going to use some clever placement of slime blocks to get around using all those pistons. Okay, so aside from boxing in the spawning area up here so that we make sure that no blaze get out or get aggroed, this funnel section is finished. So you can see if we drop anywhere in this funnel, we get pushed all the way down to the bottom. Now, sometimes the blaze will get stuck on an edge just like so. That's not such a big deal. In this case, it kind of saved my life. But yeah, generally if this happens, either the blaze will just sort of sit there for a while until it decides to move, or another blaze will come through the system and bump it into one of the other pressure plates, and it'll get pushed out the bottom. So that means aside from, as I said, fencing in the top there, and aside from a little collection area down the bottom here, this project is done. And so as you can see, I've just quickly thrown a little collection area down the bottom here. Obviously I'll be changing out all this glass because I hate just the standard glass. Even just adding a little bit of white, so like bone meal to the glass, gets rid of all these little ugly shines. So we'll probably be doing that, adding some stained glass. And as you can see, I've added a little bit of redstone to the thing as well. So this is a crusher design that I saw on a channel called Nims TV. Guy does a whole bunch of really awesome tutorials, so definitely go check him out. I've already featured one of his creations in my Craft and the Curious episode, so again, hint hint, go and check that out. But as you can see, pretty simple. So there's just a button that activates a hopper timer that extends this piston for just long enough to bring all the blaze that would be in this chamber down to a one-hit kill. Now I'll probably want to add some sort of a mechanism up here to block the tube for any blaze that come down, just so that we make sure that the ones that are in this chamber here stay at a one-hit kill and we don't you know, aggro some blaze that come down at full health. But you might be wondering, we didn't seem to use a whole heap of iron during this project, considering that I needed an absolute crap ton. I needed like 50 blocks, and you'd be right. That's because this blaze farm here, or the blaze hopper, is only half of what we plan to do today. I'm still going to slap a blast furnace onto the bottom of this. Now, I have already done a tutorial on the blast furnace, so if you want to know how to build one of these, go ahead and check that out. But otherwise, I'm just going to build one real quick here. And there it is. So this is what I'm going to call a supercharged blast furnace. The idea being that we'll use the blaze grinder thing here as like an XP farm, but then it doubles up as the blaze rods funnel straight into the fuel side of the blast furnace. And it's actually crazy how well the blast furnace fits with the rest of the redstone here. So I don't know how well you can see it, but sort of here, this block of diorite is the redstone for the crusher timer that we need, and then right there is the first hopper line. So yeah, fits perfectly in there. And then here you can see we've got a trap chest. This is for putting in anything that we want to smelt up. So for example, this iron ore here, and obviously it's a trap chest so that we can put stuff in here and review what we want to feed through the system before we let it feed through. So the moment we let go or get out of that chest, you should see the machine start to pulse back and forth, and so this is going to be dividing up that iron ore equally between all 8 furnaces that are down below here. Now the design isn't 100% finished yet. You'll see the collection area down the bottom is currently going into a netherrack block, which is not terribly useful. So I still need to put in some sort of a collection system. It's not really going to be very user friendly to collect the stuff from down here. So I'm thinking like a dropper chain to send the items up, which I've never made before, so I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be, but I'm sure there's a bunch of tutorials and stuff out there. And then also I need to put in the XP mode line for the smelting section. So you know, make it so that if I want the smelted iron ore to stay in the furnaces, it will. So you can see that we've got 8 iron ore in each of those furnaces now, so it's been divided up evenly. I also need to put in an override back here just in case the system jams up, which should be pretty easy to do. And obviously, as you can see, it's still pretty exposed around here. Even though this thing is really easy to build in survival mode, I got to admit it was quite difficult building it out here in the open, suspended up above the ground, getting shot at by ghasts, but it's more or less done. I'd love to be able to show you the thing in action, but as I mentioned, we do still need to encase the blaze spawner up above, and it's still encased in netherrack as well, so yeah, that won't be spawning any blazes. And we've also got to figure out a easy way to get up and down from the blaze farm, because at the moment this is sort of how I've been getting up and down. I've got to climb up this netherrack hill here, and then to get back down to the farm, sort of over this way, I've got to go up a little bit more. So yeah, down this way we can get down to the blast furnace. And then if we go up this way, we can get back to the blaze funnel and the rest of the fortress. So yeah, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done around this area, but I'll probably do that either between this episode and next, or in the next episode maybe, just to start us off. But yeah, that's the project done for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please do hit that like button. It means a lot to me. And let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of the episode as well. Before I go though, I did want to quickly show you guys as well, while we were building this, I've been killing mobs, obviously as a matter of survival, up around these bridges here. And we managed to get 3 wither skeleton skulls and 5 ghast tears. So I think in the next episode, we'll probably tackle the wither as well. Because again, like with the dragon battle, the wither battle is something that I haven't actually done in survival Minecraft yet. So yeah, I think we'll do that next episode. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. My name's Static, and I will catch you next time.